So I'm back doing the full moon in Aquarius transit, which I really wanted to do. I really wanted to focus on and bring this for you guys because I find it to be particularly significant for the like how it's playing out. And this is the thing. It's a series of unexpected events. This is in a particular area of focus for each sign that's there as well. But because it's in a moon of unpredictability and unforeseen circumstances, I wanted to come and highlight for you guys where this could be taking place for you, so you can get a little bit of a heads up and you can see what it is, that the type of energy that you're moving through and how to move through it, and also even working on releasing as the full moon allows us to do. And please, I think that people misunderstand what releasing means in the art of that and how that's associated with our life cycle and what we're here for and how we're supposed to operate using the energy. Sometimes when we have to release something, it doesn't mean that it's gone forever. We need to release it for the time being because it's not being effective in how we're moving forward, what we need to heal from, what we need to deal with at the current moment. And we find ourselves restricting ourselves, working against the energy, restricting ourselves from what it is that we really want to happen because we're missing these intricate energy loops. Okay, so for the full moon in Aquarius, I'll get right to it. That's nothing, it's no different. But the interesting part about this is that with this particular full moon, not only are unpredictable, unforeseen circumstances happening and coming up, it's also in a transformative type way as well, because it's meant to come up, but actually work in a way to where it transforms the area that is touching for us. I mean, on a worldly scale, we're dealing with Aquarius here. This is more about moving in and shipping out, moving in updated technology, AI, robots, medicine, moving out outdated information, outdated technology. So moving in. So this is, and understand, Pluto is going to be in Aquarius for a while. So by the end of the Pluto in Aquarius transit, there could be what it seems to be forced technological advances that gets to be so advanced that the other old technology, old way of doing things is completely taken out. It's and then the preparing, we see ourselves being prepared for that as well. So even in that instance, that's on a world scale, a global scale, even more changes, guys. Like I said, I associate these astrological transits that's coming up lately with global changes. And I want to listen, I understand. And I realize that how serious I need to get and the changes I need to make with delivering a lot of this information, because I have so much stored information that it's insane, So like years ago, I seen a map of the updated worlds, the updated structure of the earth. And this has happened so many times to the earth. I mean, yeah, we know tectonic plates shifting that separates land masses and into the continents and land masses that we know today, that we identify with today, and another shift is happening. And I mean, I've seen it, an updated map of even the United States, and it was crazy. And I'm not going to get into too many details of that, but that is the type of developments that is going to come up. And the interesting thing about this, that I was like, wow, when it comes to how we are even looking at the particular land masses that we live on, and we're stating claim to it, like, okay, well, this is mine and this over here should be yours. It is so amazing to me how people that's trying to make these changes and trying to do, and not getting personal, but I'm just saying, people that are trying to make these changes and these shifts and the feelings and even getting the inclinations to do so, it's happening all simultaneously with what's actually going on with the transit and what's actually going on with the world. Because with the shifts and the movements that's taking place, are you aware of the fact that people are going to have to possibly relocate anyways? That's wild. But needless to say, truths all across the board. So new, updated, modern, updated research. Okay? That is something that has to be done when it comes to the realizations, the truths exposed, when it comes to education, all of that. That is significantly taking place. We have Uranus. This is the placements that we have going on right about now. The transits is all acting to do so. And every little one counts, because you have some planets in transits that acts as the initiators, and then others that acts as the sustainers and the implementers, and the other ones like seals it in. Okay, but before we can seal something in, we have to be in a constant state of change in order to evolve. And this is just a combination of everything that I'm seeing. Saturn being placed in the sign of Aries. This is okay, let's stop. And we're not moving forward the way that we think that we're moving forward right now. So you can try to, but I'm going to sign the consent on how that goes, is what Saturn is saying. And then you have Uranus in the sign of Gemini as well, to where miraculous, updated way that we communicate, in the way that we learn, receiving information, removing outdated viewpoints, alongside Pluto and Aquarius. These are all trying energies, by the way. Pluto in Aquarius saying, okay, yep. Is this something that we can prove? Oh, you said this happened. Okay, so let me come in with the truth. Let me show you how it's really done. And the world starts to take on a whole different vibe. Like, it's more of not necessarily focusing on wealth for wealth's sake, in a sense of, I'm going to go and spend X amount of dollars. And I'm not saying for the people that want to do that, don't get me wrong. I'm just telling you the transits. There's nothing to take personal, but it's like, okay, instead of, it's more of a group community type feel. So if instead of the status quo, the same way or the typical way that things would be done with, okay, let me hoard all this stuff or hoard all this stuff, and this is mine, it's not yours. It's going to take on more of a turn to where, not that you can't have your own stuff and have to share with people. That's not what I'm saying. Whatever this is more facilitation. For example, it's not going to be like one person has to give over all their stuff. I feel like it's more of a higher understanding, a realization that a mass amount of people are going to realize, okay, so we're in a not so good situation. We're hurting. We need resources. We need accesses to resources. We have college students going to college, and young kids going to college, and they want to do so because they feel like they have to make a way for themselves and their lives and their family and who they're becoming. They want productive lives, but they can't get the money to go to school, or they're getting into debt. Then there's people that say, hey, okay, so how can we solve the problem for this person or these people, for these college kids? All right, I can start an organization or some company. And guys, so I might be triggering this for some of you guys that might need to do this, or, but yeah, I can start this company, this organization, and we can hold shows, we can sell products, we can do whatever to bring in resources and money, and we tell people that that's what they're doing, and then the proceeds go to funding somebody's college education. Okay, I think I see Nicki Minaj kind of doing something like that right now, and as a matter of fact, a lot of celebrities at this point is going to have to make that change to doing so, because what people have realized is that, well, what are we looking to these people as our leaders for? What are we expecting? What do we think that they were going to be doing? All this money? Let's look at Diddy for an example. Diddy had access to billions of dollars, and he chose to use his money and his finances on the type of activities that he did. Do you know? And people can use their money on what they want. But I'm telling you what the universe is saying. It's making a shift, taking that power out of those people's hands and putting it in the proper places that it belongs. And what transit tells us that? Mars and Libra. Because Mars and Libra is really pushing this momentum forward. Okay, so let's look at this in a logical, legal aspect, in an aspect of justice. Okay, a lot of court cases, suing, bringing things to the public, making things known, setting things right. If you look at it on a global, universal scale, that is what's happening. And it's amazing. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to get into each sign about what the full moon in Aquarius is doing for you. Okay, and what is representing, what specifically that you need to realize to let go of or make the changes and allow the transformations to happen, and then what could be coming up that's really coming off as unpredictable in the matter. And such. Okay, so thank you guys. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications because I'll be back. All right. Okay, so we have. Okay, so let's start here with Aries. So Aries, you're having a full moon in Aquarius when it comes to your 11th house. And what's significant about this is that you might see or experience some unpredictable, unforeseen circumstances around dealings in your 11th house. What it is, who it is that you're affiliated with, your affiliations, your friend circles, your friend groups. Now, this can come off as changes because what can happen is you can see yourself or find yourself coming across new people, different people, unique people, different people. And the reason why this is taking place is because, and listen, if it's not people, it's definitely information. And the reason why this is taking place because the universe is really trying to get you to get outside of your world and your little comfortable place of what it is that you know, and get you to expand in your understanding and the way that you perceive the world. And you're going to do that through what it is that you're learning and who it is that you are interacting with. And some of you guys, this is something that you're learning online, and this could even be like online schooling or training as well. And this is something that you possibly don't see coming, or you might be unaware of. So the information can come as an unexpected source as well. And this information can also come through your affiliations or someone that you know or someone that you are involved with through conversation. Okay. And also I wanted to point out the changes. Yeah. So it changes in this area. So some of you guys, and this is what you're being pushed to do. Some of you guys, you really are feeling a certain type of way. You may be feeling a certain type of way. So this could be coming up in by way of feelings about your friends, who you've been calling your friends, who that is. And the interesting part to this as well, I noticed that for some people, what they end up doing is they end up realizing who they should let go of. Or the fact, some people, their friends and their associations hold them back and limit them. And you come to a certain age to where you don't need those relationships. And you could be getting rid of that. And as a matter of fact, I feel that because of how you look at your friends and you assign that role to people, when they let you down, it really takes a toll on you. And because of that, you really got to, take a step back and look at where you could be limiting yourself in that area. Also, what you might actually come across in an unpredictable way, in an unforeseen way, is what you really want in your life. Something could absolutely positively go in your favor just by way of you opening up and allowing yourself to embark on what the universe is trying to send you. So you could be having some sort of situation where you get sent to some place, or you end up in some place, or in some sort of affiliation, and to where you don't know why you're there. You're just like, okay, well, why did I think to come here? And some sort of unexpected event happens to where it gives you something that rapidly changes your life and actually push you in a direction of getting a wish of yours granted. something that you always wanted granted. Acting as a miracle. But you have to understand that you have to be open to this first. You have to be open to receiving this first. And the only way you can do that is by actually allowing yourself to go to the changes of what you see being shown to you, about what to let go of, about just, letting go, stepping back, and really ultimately focusing on you. All right. So thank you, Aries. This has been Full Moon in Aquarius. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel because, I'll be back. Hey, Taurus, how are you doing? I'm glad that you have decided to come and join me today for this full moon in Aquarius transit. And what's happening for you in particular in the area of where you may not see these unexpected changes, unforeseen changes by way of transformation coming to you is in your 10th house. So there may be some sort of goal, significant goal of yours that you've been working on and you feel like it's not going the way that you want to go. It could be time for you to let it go and transition it into something else, or take it to the next level. And really how you do this, it just really depends on what Taurus you are. I significantly see a lot of letting go of something, because this is the thing. When we let go of something, when we put ourselves in a position to let go, this is what is really taking place. We put ourselves in a position to acknowledge when something is not working. So before we even can say, okay, something is not working, this is not working, we have to acknowledge the fact that it's not. Then, by way of acknowledging the fact that it's not, we put ourselves in a position to either change it altogether or make the necessary changes that we see being exposed to us or coming up to our awareness in order to do so. So this is just coming up for you. And like I said, it could be something that maybe you have to let go of for now, or either you have to let go of it in a sense to where how you've always navigated. Even the way your image, what it is something about the way that you see yourself and the way that you want other people to see you that's actually getting in the way of real progression for you and having the real fruitful, given material life and living that for you. Because some of you guys, you don't want to, you think that you're going to take some sort of loss, when in reality, no, you're just going to be living the truth. And you living the truth and recognizing this is really where your blessings lie, because only thing that is going to do is put you in a position to make changes that you need. You can see that. You can just see unpredictable, unforeseen changes happening in your career as well. So that's definitely going on. And this is the thing. What it's trying to do is, this energy is really trying to bring you in the life that you want. That bring in the material aspects as well. Okay, but it's through you learning and you being willing to update yourself as well. Because there's so much that you probably are missing out on, or you don't know about, or you're not privy to, because you're not allowing yourself to open up to this and be privy to it. Okay, so definitely changes in that area for you. And this can actually be in a way to where something you thought was a loss or something you thought wasn't going good takes a turn for the better. So career development, a raise, a resolution to some sort of significant financial matter, your name being restored in situations to where it could have been, people could have been putting mud on your name, or you could have been getting misjudged or looked at crazy or wild, I do see like a lot of Taurus is getting away with being able to do online learning, online teaching, online presence, because you have Aquarius in your 10th house. So being seen, that is your thing. You're going to be seen even when you don't want to be seen. So this is changes, something that you let go of, and something that you might have to. I am the type of person that I send people in the direction of their talents and their skill set. And I feel like people should live their dreams. But sometimes the process of what that looks like shifts and changes depending on the person, And also there could be something that you could be developing, or you want to develop, or you're being called to develop or do, that in a technological sense, that you're building something. I don't know, like, what is it? An app, some sort of modern technology. So, for some of you guys, that, you know, you're not knowing if that's how successful that's going to be or not. But I'm going to say this, Taurus, do what you need to do for the time being, and still work on your overall goals and what it is that you want. And don't let that go. Don't lose sight of that, because you may see that this, just when you thought that it wasn't going to work or something wasn't going to work, you may see changes happen during this full moon. Did I tell y'all the full moon starts August the 6th? Or the 9th? Oh, August the 9th. Okay, so, but yeah, all right, Taurus, so thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, because, you know, I'll be back. Okay, so hello, Gemini. We have a full moon in the sign of Aquarius in your 9th house of experiences, of travel, of cultural shifts, of school, higher education. I don't want to just say school, but higher education, learning, religion, spirituality, all of those great, exciting things. Definitely unpredictable, and for all moving forward. Okay, so what is it that you're letting go of? First, I want to start with the fact that you're letting go of some sort of experience that you had, significant experience that you had, and that no longer serves you, in the way that you executed that no longer serves you. And also, some of you guys had a vision that once upon a time you could have saw really clearly. You could have felt like it was what you were supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be doing it. You had it all figured out, and then you realize, and it's leading up, you should be realizing, especially leading up to the full moon, during the full moon, you realize where that vision, or where you felt like things were mapped out and how they were going to play out and what you thought was going to happen, it doesn't happen that way. And there's significant changes that are made for you. And what it does is, if you can understand this and realize this, it pushes you forward in a direction. I don't know if you regain momentum for the walking on the trail or the taking the path, a direction that you were taking, or you completely realize what you don't need to go forward on and where you do need to go forward at. And some of you guys are entrepreneurs, because that's what the 9th house represents as well. And you may decide to really take that on and to really dig your heels in and do the necessary stuff that you need to. Some of you guys, you've already been doing this. It's not anything new. You've been doing it already. And what is going to happen is I say Uranus, but you know, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, but that Aquarian energy in the 9th house, we already have Pluto, the full moon coming, and what you realize, the realizations that you make, and that you realize, I'm sorry, Mercury is retrograde right now, that you realize and you decide to really release from yourself, whatever you need to. It acts as a conduit, because that is what Aquarius energy is. Like an electrical conduit, or some sort of device that really torpedoes you ahead in a direction that you want in a major way. Okay, straightforward. You already set it up for some of you guys. You already been working on it. You already have come to terms with what you want, and it could really pick up right about now. What are you letting go? Old concepts, beliefs about yourself, beliefs about what you're doing, beliefs about who you are, maybe the restrictions that you have. So you could be, trying to stick to a certain dynamic or a certain cultural dynamic or aspect that is really limiting you, because you might be like, okay, well, I don't like those type of people, or I don't know about these type of people, or this type of situations, or that type of culture. But really, when you expand and open up to that very thing, that's where your livelihood comes from. That's where you step into the life, that meaningful life for you. And others of you, this could be some sort of spiritual based business or information. You have specific information that others want to hear. So you could be teaching as well, but teaching in an online present or to the next level, because you could be where you possibly could be teaching at, are you trying to do that from that place right now? You're too big for that. Like you're too knowledgeable for that. You're too expansive to be restricted or caved in. But if that is something you're doing, you could actually do. Some of you guys are pursuing like a licensure in teaching, or something you're doing at some sort of school or university or learning. Studying is the key. Focus is the key. If you're trying to pass any type of test, something you're trying to pass, something you're trying to get over, something you're trying to get by, what you are letting go of, virtue signals that for you in order to make those changes. And it requires a level of learning and application as well. So yeah, change is definitely in your trajectory, in your experiences. It's something about the experiences that you had that some of you guys can even come and talk about and speak on. That's going to definitely be beneficial for you. Monetarily gains for you. And not only this, spiritual advancement for some of you guys, because some of you guys want spiritual peace. You want to know more. You're going to have these experiences and revelations that come out of nowhere that shows you exactly who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, and what direction to go in. And just it's nothing more than significant. And here you have some sort of guardian angel or guardian in some way on a spiritual level, spiritual world, that's actually guiding you through certain steps that you're taking. I feel like the problem is you don't trust. You know, you're being a little bit of paranoid, and right now you need faith, and you need hope, and you need belief in who you are, and you need confidence in that. Okay. It's not a performative thing. It's real. Okay. And everything, like even with Uranus transiting the sign of Gemini, everything about your life can really, really take hold and just move and change and shift like never before. And that's awesome for you, Gemini. Okay, so thank you, Gemini, for joining me for the Pluto and Aquarius transit. And the full moon in Aquarius. Pluto and Aquarius is definitely making changes for you, because Pluto is also in Aquarius, but this is a full moon Aquarius video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, because you know I'll be back. Hello, Cancer. Cancer. Okay, so Cancer, the full moon in Aquarius for you is showing up and taking place for you in your 8th house. So yeah, some of you guys, off the bat, what you're letting go of. You could be letting go of maybe somebody else's finances or somebody else's support. So let's just put it like this. Let's say that you were a Cancer to where you were living with your parents, or you just got out of high school, you're going to college, or you just got out of college and you're transitioning into the workforce. Whatever that looks like for you, you're letting go of one thing. Whatever was bringing you in your security, you're letting go of that. And then you are being able to maintain and continue into another. So transition from one aspect of income and finances, and then go and position yourself into another. That could be by way of getting another job, and something drops off for you on a financial level. I don't know if you can see your finances decreasing, and what that does is it puts you in a position where you're like, okay, no, I want more money, I want more finances, I want to quit this job that I have, I want to go to another one, I want to take the necessary steps in order to get these finances. And then altogether, some of you guys might want to just do a business or something at like that, you know, whatever you're dropping off. So, or you're letting go of. Some of you guys are letting go of singlehood. So in changes in that area. So what happens is your spouse ends up coming in and being some sort of source of security or bringing income to you. And this could also be for some of you guys, a spouse or someone you're with, their drop or decrease in income or finances that puts you in a position to where you go and you work, or you actually do a business or start a business, or you take out a loan or something in that nature. So you got to go online, you got to fill out for these things, you got to put in your applications, go through the application process, get your credit up. Stuff like that is definitely coming up for you. And then with this full moon in Aquarius, you're also looking at ways that you have to release emotional attachments to certain situations, to certain people, because really where you could be at is stagnating you, because you're not supposed to be there, but you're refusing to see that, and you're refusing to let that go, which is, I understand, because it's not easy, you know, but it's causing you a lot of emotional it's draining you emotional, because it's just like something about your life or current position or where you're at, you're refusing to see, but now you're seeing it. You're seeing it more and more because the transits that already took place. Like you have Pluto in Aquarius. Really, what I feel like it needs to be known by you is that whatever happens, it's actually going to land you in a better place than where you were. Because the truth of the matter, a lot of you guys might want to be free. That's deep. Free from work, free from marriage, or the current marriage that you're in or something, it's whatever you're in, or free in the mind, free emotionally. It's something that you want to heal from that has caused you hurt, and people might not understand that, like why you are the way that you are, but you've been holding on to it for a long time. We got Pluto there too. So Pluto in the house, in the 8th house, this is a powerful changes. That is coming up for you, Cancer. I'm going to say that for this full moon, because it's aligned with Pluto and Uranus and Gemini that's happening in your 12th house. That is whatever you figure out or realize heals you from some sort of attachment. This could be attachments to food. This could be attachments to substance. This could be these attachments are, you see where you want to make the changes, but I don't think you're really acknowledging it. But the type of transformation is going to put you in once you do, you don't understand that it's going to put you in a whole new place, like a whole new realm of existence. And I know saying that for a lot of you guys is just like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. Even for some of you guys, down to the fact of relocating. Some of you guys might actually do a lottery ticket or win inside of, from doing some type of scratch off or lottery ticket. I'm never good at those. I don't even do them. I know I need to try it, but Okay, so thank you so much, Cancer, for joining me. Wow. All right, so please like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I'll be back. All right, so Leo, how are you, Leos? Okay, so this is the thing. You have this full moon occurring in your 7th house. So yes, definitely something that you should be letting go of by way of people, person. It's time. Not only are you letting go of it, the full moon is showing you that you should be letting go of it. The transits that's happening alongside of full moon in Aquarius is also showing you that as well. So Pluto is in Aquarius. Now I could see if it was just a full moon in Aquarius, and that plays out, because it'll be a feeling that we have dealing with the full moon in a subconscious thought process that we'll have to let go of. And it'll be like, okay, well, around relationships, since this is in your 7th house, what do we have to let go of? It could be a thinking pattern or an emotional pattern that is playing out or has played out due to different reasons, to where we present ourselves from being in relationships and being in meaningful relationships is showing up and being present. But after a while of being feeling rejected or not really getting what it is that you want out of the relationships and out of the deal, you then really show up to see and show or to understand that, okay, well, when I deal with these superficial relationships and these superficial interactions for my ego or to feel safe, however you want to put it, or for whatever reason, it really does not fulfill me. I'm not really forming meaningful relationships with people. You're going to realize you're forming relationships with people that could be using you. You are engaging in relationships with yes people. And that's not all, you guys. Either you got to be the yes person or they have to be the yes person for you. Because anything outside of that, it just gets too real. And what you're realizing is that engaging in yes people relationships, you're not really seeing the relationship. You're not seeing the people for who they really are. And when you cannot see the relationship or the people for who they really are, it's circumstantial. It becomes, okay, well, I have a need and you need to fulfill my need. It's nothing wrong with being in relationships to where, that's happening. But I feel like it works better if it's going both ways. And not only that, after that takes place, when it's like, okay, well, we're here because what we realize is really we're feeling this need for each other. When you get down to the root cause of what that need is, it really is an awakening point to where you got to say, okay, so am I even really being fulfilled here? What the heck is going on? That's the situation or the predicament your relationships are, and how you're seeing the realistic interactions that you're having with these people. And at this point, you're tired of it. There's changes in this area. And no, you want something that to where you get supported back. It's not just one way. Or you want something to where you can allow yourself to be present in a meaningful way, because you want your partners to be doing the same. But if you are not seeing this and acknowledging that this is what you want, you're operating off your ego, you're going to keep getting. Okay, so let's just put it this way, because I've said this many times. That's a revelation that I know of myself. I know this, right? That's why I can tell you, because I wouldn't tell you something that I feel like I did not know and I wasn't sure of. And when it comes to this type of stuff, and what I have noticed even with myself, okay, is that when I show up, and this is just in life, the approach to life in general, how life gives us back what we believe that we are, or what we are exuding. So if I show up and I'm showing up and I'm playing games and I'm making it about all this other stuff, whether it be drama, whether it be how someone's appealing to my ego, any of those things, it comes back to bite me, because it's like I never, at some point, I realized, like, okay, yeah, I never really known this person, or I never really, this relationship serves no purpose for me. This situation serves no purpose for me. And I noticed that the real people, they're not going to really engage me. Like the people the people that are in a position in their life where they're ready for something substantial and meaningful, they're not going to engage me. And me showing up like that, me showing up that way, when I show up and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm not about to be playing no games with you. I'm not about to be disrespectful with you. I'm not doing all this drama stuff. I don't want to be arguing with you every other day. I don't really care who you're trying to make me jealous with. I'm not competing for you, because in me approaching life like that, it weeds out people that I don't need to deal with. Because it was going to do nothing but cause me a headache in the first place. It was going to be doing nothing but be detrimental to me, destroy my property, destroy my material, destroy my finances, destroy my ego, or my confidence, not even my ego, destroy my confidence, destroy my self-esteem, destroy what I'm working towards, all of that. So why would I engage it? I wouldn't. Now, that person can go and they can have all the little doo-wops around them that's going to be on their beck and call, that's going to stroke their ego, that's going to compete, but they don't really want those people. Because at that end of the day, those people are representing, you need all those people in the first place, is representing missing, broken pieces of that person's self that they don't really like, they can't really enjoy, they can't really be present for. And what that equals up to in the end is the fact that the person needs to do work on themselves. They are not ready, they are not healed, they have issues. And why would somebody like me want to show up and be involved in that? I wouldn't, and you wouldn't. Just really think about that. So in return, you don't really attract the people that you want. Look at a Shannon Sharp. Look at a Umar Johnson. We all see what's going on with them. It ends up costing you more. It costs you more. I've heard people say many a times, like people that think that I'm so rigid or restricted, and I don't see how you do this. I don't see how you do that. I don't see how you don't get involved with people, and why you not. It don't got nothing to do with not feeling lonely and not feeling like you want something or something. My thing is, by the time you keep getting into repetitive relationships and situations with people over and over again, and the same result keeps getting produced, why would you continue to do that? At some point, you have to ask yourself, okay, so feeling alone, feeling alone is way better than going and getting into situations and to where you're stressed, you're pulling your hair out, you look old, you're not looking your age. And people want to know how I look the age I do, baby. How I look younger than my age. So let's come back to reality. I had to give y'all a little bit of drama, Leo. But no, I'm saying this is where you guys are at. This is what's coming to your realization. And you're really getting serious because you know why? It's messing up your confidence, and you have what do you want? It's whatever it is that you want, whatever your wishes are, whatever it is that your dreams are, whatever you're trying to pursue on a big level, on a grand level, you can't really do it from the position that you're at, the place that you're at, because who you're trying to sell that to, who you're trying to talk to, who you're trying to communicate to, the way that the only thing you're doing is limiting yourself. And sometimes those restrictions, boundaries, guidelines, rules, you realize, oh, that's here for a reason. That has to be on earth for a reason, because if everybody just got out here and decided to do what the heck they wanted to do, we would all be screwed. And this is coming from a Gemini, a natural rebel. Okay. That is, woo! I'm going to leave it right there, Leo. So you got an interesting full moon. Okay. So yeah, people won't smoke because they might have an issue with what it is that you're doing and the changes that you're trying to make. Okay. But yes. So thank you, Leo, for joining me for the full moon in Aquarius video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, because I'll be back. Hello, Virgo. Okay, so Virgo, for you, you have a full moon in Aquarius coming up in your 6th house of work, responsibilities. Okay, so what does this look like for you? There might be something that you have to let go of work-wise, or you're going to have some sort of transformations or changes at work that and this could be connected to your finances as well, because work is connected to our finances, that you did not see, there's something that you've been working at. Now, you could have been working at something, and then some of you guys are going to come to the conclusion that it's that source of work is ending, and then now it's time for you to go into another one. But I'm just going to say this too. Some of you guys are being very creative with your work. I kind of feel like your focus should be on, let's say you're doing something, and like for some of you guys, it can have like an online business in whatever area that is. And the thing about it is, maybe focus on directing your energy into showing people how something works for them, or how something could work for them. That could definitely be something that is fruitful for you. You got a lot of responsibilities coming up associated with getting things going when it comes to a financial goal or something that you want to have. And even if it's quite, it doesn't have to be extravagant, you know, because I see Aquarius, you know, as budgeting, as having the necessities, you can have nice things, but at the same time, and like have nice things, have neat things, but at the same time, you might not want, it's more in a conserved way, or not even a conserved, but, you know, in a way to where it's not grand gestures. Okay, so let's say your goal is to buy a house. You may not want to necessarily go get the most expensive house that you can find, but you do want to get one that feels comfortable, that feels like home. When you bring your wife, when you bring your husband, when you get your children there, it accommodates their needs and it feels like home. So it doesn't have to be, it could be reconstructed. It doesn't have to be a grandiose home or anything like that. And that's what you're working for. So you can see development in being able to do that. Because some of you guys, that comes with downsizing as well. But there could be definitely big changes or unexpected changes with your job, with your work, to where it could take you, maybe you change jobs or you change work, or you have to for some reason, or you want to, you decide to, or you get that feeling that that's what it is that you want to do. What's giving you that feeling possibly? Uranus inside your 10th house of career in Gemini. You got choices. You're trying to see what that, I don't know, be open to a few different choices. I mean, that's what Gemini does. And not only that, the shift that could take place could actually bring in, you can see fruitful gains from your job. Well, what is it that you're letting go to even understand this? Maybe whatever fruitful gains you come across, it can allow you to release one job. Like, let's say you're working 2 jobs for whatever reason, and then you decide to release one of those jobs for whatever reason. But since you have choices, some of you guys can pick up more than one job, or you can decide to do a job and a side hustle or something. You know, you could do a job and then work on what it is that you're doing, that you want ultimately altogether when it comes to your goals. But some of you guys can definitely see, it just depends. You can definitely see financial loss or gains depending on who you are, what Virgo you are, where you're at in your life, and what you want to see happen is what I feel. And maybe you need to let go of a particular work habit. How you're working at something. There's a shift happening there. But, you know, once you do that, you can definitely see, you know, financial gains and progress at your job. You know, maybe somebody at your work or at your job, let's say you beat out the competition, or you establish yourself in some type of way, or somebody is in a certain position and they leave, and now you've gained that position. That's more income for you, baby. Okay, so yes, thank you, Virgo, for joining me and tuning in for this full moon in Aquarius video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, because you know I'll be back. Okay, so hello, Libra. This will be your full moon in Aquarius video. In your full moon, plus I was trying to look at my notes. The full moon for you is taking place in your 5th house. So you have a full moon in your 5th house. So this is the thing. There is something now, because this could be surrounding your kid, a child, a baby, you know, it's some sort of loss in that way, or around that area, or changes and developments with them. Some of you guys can have a smart kid, okay? They could be genius level. And this is something that you could be finding out and, like, you know, spending time focusing on them, teaching them, and actually removing outdated. So you're raising your kids and you're removing outdated thought processes, limitations, and information. So you're really raising them to your standards and what it is that you think that they should know. I got interrupted. So, but yeah, you're basically raising your kids to a different standard than how you were raised. You want them to know more. You want them to have more information in life and more options and opportunities in life. So that is good. That's what you're going to be doing if you do have kids. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's what you want to prepare them for. But this is the thing. So here, there may be something around the area of, so you may, some of you guys, there could be something that you're working on as far as like a talent or some sort of skill that you need to take yourself to the next level of. Like you need to learn more about it. You need to learn more about how it works, how to implement it. So some of you guys could be shifting from one interest of things or ideas, or just who you are, knowing who you are, how you express yourself, to another. Some of you guys might be transitioning from something that you were known for doing or you were once interested in to something else. So, yeah, something that, because I'm looking at this like a hobby, something that you're bored of and you're tired of doing, and what you letting go of that or realizing this, it puts you into the position to now discover or come across something else that you might actually take a liking in, that becomes like your new hobby or new interest or new love. Okay. That's interesting. So yeah, this is, I really do feel like this is a level of self-awareness that you're using to understand who you are on an individual level, outside of your partnerships, outside of your relationships, because up until this point, you could have very well been building yourself, your life, and how you know yourself around someone else, or being able to connect with someone else. That's not the way that we're gonna go, Libra. We're not going that way, because, and I'm gonna tell you why, because that way doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for you. It's not working for you now, because every single time that good bestie or that partner decides they're going to make changes, and without telling you, or make changes in life, now you're stuck with having to make those same changes too, because everything you built yourself off of, everything you designed yourself off of, surrounded them. And do you understand? And I feel like a lot of you guys already knew this. A lot of you guys already knew this, and you're just like over the people pleasing and what that looks like, Now, do you know how talented Libra is? The skills, the talents. Do you know the beauty? Some of you guys, if you let yourself go, how are you going to access that? When you put the focus on yourself and improving you and who you are, it don't matter what another person does. It ain't throwing you off. You keep having to find yourself at these starting over points, Libra, and you're being asked where you need to look at where you are putting yourself in a position to where you're crafting and you're shaping and you're representing what someone else is, and what you're feeling that and you're supporting that, which is a good thing. But right now, the universe needs you to do that, establish that within yourself. That's really what it's doing. Why? There's a lot that you can become. There's a lot that you can do. There's a lot of changes that you can make. You could be right now in a situation where you're limiting yourself with a certain belief, because you don't even really believe it, but it's just, you're like, oh, hey, well, I'm supporting, it is what it is. You could be living yourself in a particular living situation. You could be traveling the world. You could be some sort of doctor, a big time lawyer. Okay, you could be a therapist, a counselor. You could be so much more stuff bigger than where you're at, but you have to understand that is what it is that you want. That is what you need to have happen, and you're not making your decisions based off what somebody else is doing and trying to support them, putting too much time in supporting them, and they confused. I don't care about how they feel about it. You could be putting time in supporting them, but they confused. All right, Libra, I gotta go because that's your full moon in Aquarius video. Thank you for joining me, and please like the video, subscribe to the channel because I'll be back. Hello, Scorpio. How's it going? Okay, so we are back with the full moon in Aquarius, and I'm here to tell you all about how it's happening for you, how it's playing out, what it is that you're letting go and you're releasing, and the type of changes or unexpected changes and shifts that might happen for you in this process. So where is this? This is in your 4th house. Okay, so there is something that you need to let go of, or you may be experiencing changes at when it comes to your home, family life, security, somewhere that you're living. So baby, let me just get to the point. Let me just get to the point. Your comfort zone. There is something about you surrounding your insecurities, and there is a couple ways this is playing out. And see, this is the thing, because when you come to me, see, what I don't want to do is I want to provide answers for people. I want to provide content for people to where I'm not offending them, and I don't want to, I can fluff it a little bit. I can fluff it for y'all, but I don't want to in the way that I present it, but I don't want to set y'all up for failure. I don't like setting people up for failure because I feel like I'm trying to establish trust. I try to establish trust with the people that watch my videos and my content, because in my life, I feel like the people that significantly stood out to me was the people that were the most honest to me, and they told me like, hey, this is what it is, and because even though I wasn't able to perceive it then, it was something about it later on in life where I was like, oh wow, what, they were actually saying what was real to me, versus somebody that's not going to do that. Yes, people, are you dealing with a Leo, or you have Leo in your chart? Because you might need to go watch Leo's reading, because I talked about this same issue, except for I think yours, I'm going to get to what this represents for you. But yes, people don't help us. They only help us create the world that we live in temporarily. It don't mean anything. As long as we have power, as long as we're providing them with something, that's fine. But once that leaves, you see how they do you. That's all I have to say about that. And that's for some of you guys, but so I want to bring a level of realness in a way to where you can actually take it, digest it, and make changes or realize stuff. So that's how I'm gonna do. But actually, I don't feel like I'm being hard on you guys. The reason why I have been coming at you guys the way that I have is because I'm like, do they not understand the type of power that they could have and what they could become? And not like some of you guys, it's like either you're gonna use this and progress off of, or you're gonna use this and you're gonna let moments pass you by. And it just depends on what Scorpio you are. So here for you, there could be you having to let go of something dealing with financial security, possibly. Some of you guys let go of a home. But it could be some type of bill, significant outstanding bill or something that comes up for you to have to pay or you to have to attend to. I'm not gonna lie about that. What could it be in though? 8th. To go into business, or it's something that you could be trying. You could be trying to do your own business, or raise money or something. Because some of you guys, And the reason why I say this because maybe over the next, you got Uranus in Gemini too. So your feelings of knowing that you got to let go of this, like I feel like for a lot of you guys, you have come to you either came to this understanding and this revelation, or you will be. So if you came to it already, you will be taking action on it on the 4th. If you have not, you will be having this realization on the 4th. Not the 4th, on the 9th, like the full moon is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me, Mercury is retrograde. And it could have something to pertain to your career and goals too. Let me tell you something. And because Pluto there in your 4th house, the more you can come outside of your comfort zone, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Who got a Scorpio kid? Who got a Scorpio teenager or something? I'm telling you, the more that you can come outside of your comfort zone, because a lot of you guys are having these feelings of insecurity, and I get it. But I feel like I yell at y'all a little bit is because, like, I know the potential that Scorpios can have that you sabotage yourself from every single time, and I don't understand it. If it's not playing in your comfort, like if it's not in your realm, I feel like y'all study something or you obsess over something so much so to that you block everything else out outside of it, because you're just like, okay, well, I have a tried and true way this method works. But it's like, it's time for you to go to the next level, Scorpio. You know what I mean? Like, learn to get along with other people. Learn to work with other people. Quit being, you could be nice and cordial with the people that you feel like you're familiar with. But, you quit being snappy and moody and stuff with people. And you can't treat people any kind of way because you want to test them on this and that. Test them, yes. But if you're going to test them just to be with them still, what sense does it make? Oh, no, because I'm here for it today. I'm here. I'm here for it today. The universe don't feel like being nice right now. If it did, why do we see tsunamis, the level never seen before, splitting the landmass up? Why do we see that? You think that's Pluto. That's what represents you. That's Pluto. Pluto's in Aquarius. That's Aquarius energy. You're dealing with that. Because if the earth is our security in our safe place and it's being split the F up and people might have to relocate, or they're going to fall in the ocean or fall in holes, then what do you think that says for you? I ain't saying you about to fall in no holes or nothing like that, but I'm just saying. It's either it comes to the place of where it's you stay in this comfort zone, which is Scorpios is known to do, Capricorns is known to do. We don't need y'all there. Let us Geminis, let us Aquariuses, let us use the ones that spark the change. The ones that we're here to reteach the people. Let us be the ones in our comfort zone right now. Y'all can't be in y'all's comfort zone because it doesn't benefit you. The world is over. Can't you see? What I'm trying to say is you have so much to offer. And some of y'all is going to be making big bucks. Some of you guys is going to be, even if you're not going to become filthy rich, you're going to be abundant. You're going to be successful in what you do. Like and I'm telling you, and y'all, if you have been following me for years, you know how I am. I don't come and say this is going to happen or that's going to happen if I don't know to believe it or don't understand why it's happening. And because I'm telling you this, I understand why it's happening for you. I just try to explain it the best that I could. I don't know, maybe I need to start incorporating things that I know about the evolution of the signs that needs to take place, but yours, you're one of them. We need, because the universe needs y'all, the ones, the stakeholders, the signs that keeps you staying in your comfort zone, because that's what you typically are known to do. But you solidified a world or existence that we were in for that old age. Now we don't need the people, the type of opposition, if the universe is trying to move the planet on to something else, but we have opposition because we have those people that's restricted or refusing to change because, well, I'm not moving. The universe is like, no, we need them to move out of the way, and we need to give them some incentive to move. And I'm not saying, and that could be through the fact that you have your own experiences, you have stuff that you could teach people as well, and you doing that, and you live. Some of you guys, it's just you. Some of you guys could literally do things to where you just live your life and make money online. Okay, you know what? I'm done with you, Scorpio. I'm done with y'all. Okay, but this has been your full moon in Aquarius. Yes, please like the video, subscribe to the channel because I'll be back. Hello, Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius, this video is the full moon in Aquarius that's happening on August the 9th, and I keep forgetting to say the dates for everybody else. For most of the signs, I didn't even say the date. I forgot. But this is happening on August the 9th, and this is about where you can see and expect unexpected situations to happen and changes as well coming up by way of these unexpected situations, okay? And then also what you might be having to let go of, and that is being shown to us through what comes up, especially during this full moon and the other transits that's backing it. Because, and I mentioned everything about that in the intro. However, this is coming up for you in Aquarius in the 3rd house. Okay, so your thought process behind something, the way that you're thinking, the way that you're thinking about yourself, the way that you're seeing yourself may need to change. Because some of you guys are not... Let me stop and do this caveat for just a second. Have any of you guys ever heard of fat blindness or something like that? I promise you, I didn't know about it until last week. And some people that was explaining it, they were explaining it in this way to where they're like, people talk about body dysmorphia and stuff like that, but they don't ever really talk about fat blindness. And they explain that fat blindness is when you are bigger, way bigger than what you think, but you don't see it that way. You see yourself as just fine until you start losing the weight, until you start looking at certain pictures, taking pictures even, but you start losing weight, and then you start seeing like, oh my God, I was big the whole time and I didn't know it. I didn't see it. This is what is going on with y'all. What I'm talking about is not fat necessarily. I'm talking about how you're seeing yourself. You could be seeing yourself from a certain place to where you're and thinking yourself in a certain light, that to where when you ask someone else to critique you, they could tell you, okay, well, Sagittarius, this is what I don't like. Oh. Or this is what I would like for you to know. This is what I see. And doing so, because I'm getting to a point, I'm covering all the bases here. And doing so, you're able to have that aha moment to where you're like, what? And then you actually make this type of change that you need, that you see where you're restricting yourself really all along. And there's another portion of you guys to where for some reason, all the way up until recently, you realized that maybe, just maybe, you were living according to what somebody else thought, their process, how to please them, their teachings, their upbringings, their belief systems. It wasn't really yours. And you were facilitating it, and you were projecting it, and you were teaching it, and you were living it. And as great as you were, because let's be for real, people benefit off of Sagittarian energy. As great as you were in doing what you were doing, or with this positioning, you realized that you was progressing everybody else. You realized where you was doing a lot of the work. You realized to where you weren't really living the life that you wanted to live. You're not happy. So, You figure that out. You find that out. And you drop that thought process. And when you do, oh my God. You're going to be free. The types of levels and heights that you go to is unheard of. The type of, I'm telling you, so you're making these changes. Some of you guys, this is dealing with like your siblings. I don't know. They could depend on you quite a bit. And you might have to drop taking on responsibilities that's associated with them or narrow it down. You know, it's like, okay. And then for others of you guys, though, you might have something coming in that because you know, it could put you in a position to where you can facilitate something, or it could have you put you in a position to where you're able to take care of them, or you're able to help out, and you get some sort of incentive for something for doing so. Because that's definitely here. Because you have Gemini in your 7th house. I don't know if some of you guys are adopting or what? Adopting or something, or having some sort of group home, a school, people learning from you, people you teaching people through talking, through giving information, and boy, do you have a lot. And I don't know why some of you guys decide to play the background. And it's funny because even though, I'm just going to be real, even though Sagittarius has a level of talent that it does, and insight and truth, I don't know, y'all keep getting stuck into like arguing with people and trying to, you know, point out the truth to people in their life in some straightforward, no, in a harsh way. Like, you can be harsh with your words, is what I'm saying, like in your delivery. And that's fine. But I'm saying that, and I don't never really see y'all really, you can teach people, and there are Sagittarius that do, but I don't know. It's the way that I'm trying to explain it. It's more like you live the information that you know. You know, like maybe you become a motivational speaker or something. But it's not deep. It's kind of surface. And you're designed to be that way because you, with the information that you know and the experiences that you have, you're able, and coming out on the other side of that, you're able to then tell other people, hey, you can do it too. You could come out on the other side of that too. And this is how you need to do it. But what ends up happening is it ends up becoming something to where it's like, now people feel like you're not really giving them a chance to just be them. Like you're really dismissing or disqualifying them from being them. Because they're not like you. Or because they don't believe the same thing as you. Or because they don't have the same passions or drives and they're not doing it. Okay, listen, I'm not trying to make you take it personal, but you know. And then you could be very dismissive if not. Now, so what am I saying? And I'm pointing this out to you because I honestly feel that a lot of y'all might not understand this. What ends up happening is it puts you in a defensive place because you don't recognize this. And what happens is you start to look around and you be like, okay, so why does it seem like people are having issues with me? Like, what's the problem? And then you have the ones of you guys that are not like that. You're the complete opposite. And this is to the point to where you don't really speak up for yourself. You're accepting the bare minimum. You think in your mind that you're just allowing people to be themselves and to be free. But they see it as, okay, well, they're just going to let me get away with this or that and let me do this or that and act this way and that way. They're not going to say nothing and they're going to allow you to do it. And they take advantage of you. You get taken advantage of like that, to be completely honest with you. And some of you guys need to really speak up and speak your truth as well. And this is the thing. I think you realize that. Like you're associating with people that are not really your friends. They don't really have your best interests at heart. See, I said all of that to say this, because we can't get to this understanding right here until we acknowledge the other stuff that's possibly going on. I had to tell this to Leo. If you have any Leo placements, we can't get the part. So people want change right now. They are miserable. They are unhappy. They don't understand what's going on. They are confused. So many things. And they want change right now. Real change. But they're skipping the step that you take in order to get it. The step that you take to get it, people don't want to do it. They're not willing to do it. A lot of people, they're not willing to do it because they feel it makes them uncomfortable. They feel that it's attacking their ego. In reality, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's getting you to move away from that. You want to advance in your life. You want to make changes. You want to do better. You want to live a quality life. Then you can't get there and understand how to get there for real from inside out until you handle the thing that's right in front of you. And really the thing that's right in front of you is yourself, is ourselves. And I tried, guys, because I was like, I'm going to come and I'm going to try to, and I feel like I'm being professional now. But I was like, but what's good? That's why my delivery is the way that it is, as far as when I tell you the truth about what's going on with these transits. It's one thing to say to you, okay, well, yeah, Sagittarius, this, all these things is happening, and they're happening because these other people are doing it to you, and yeah, you need to drop your friends because they're all wrong. Yeah, but you're not. Suppose I could just come and tell that to every sign. And then when you move forward in life and you realize, okay, well, I got rid of that person, I moved to the next person, but it's the same ish. Then you wonder why. You think it's a cycle of not being able to have the life that you want. A bunch of people hating on you. A bunch of people being jealous. A bunch of people stabbing you in the back. Well, you're lining yourself up with the people. You're not speaking up for yourself. You're not understanding these particular things. And can people be jealous and people stab you in the back and people be envious? Yeah, they can. I think people are envious of Sagittarius all the time. And you're learning this. The reason why I had to put this out, because you're learning this through these people. Uranus is in your 7th house. You're learning this through open enemies. People that is open enemies, and they're talking to you directly in your face, but they're actually competing against you, or they don't freaking like you. And why? Why is it that they don't like you, but they still are there? They want to like you. Sagittarius, they may want to like you, but your light, your potential is too great. And they do not understand why you are playing on or at the level that you are. Why are you trying to convince them? Why are you trying to convince them that you're great? Why are you even competing with them in the first place? They look up to you. All right. This has been the full moon in Aquarius, and this is going to click to you, and there's changes in your mind, your thought process, and your perception about the way you're seeing all of this that is going. When we change our mind, we change our life. Okay, so like the video, Sagittarius, subscribe to the channel, because I'll be back. Okay, so hello Capricorn. Right now we're talking about the full moon in Aquarius that is happening on August the 9th. That is significant. And basically I'm going over the unexpected events that could show up. And due to the transit, the change that is ushering in for us, and what we might have to let go in order to get what it is that we want. For you, 2nd house. So there might be something that you're relinquishing or letting go of material-wise. I don't know, like maybe right now that you might want to budget, or either you might not want to be spending on the same little typical stuff because you got an overall goal. Okay, you got bills that you might have to pay, but you got an overall goal, and you might be trying to get a bigger house, or you're trying to get a different car, or you're trying to get a different lifestyle. So you're working to do so, and I feel like you're putting things in action or in motion to do so. But you have to let go of, I feel like you have to let go of maybe some things that is happening now that's making you feel restricted in those areas. Okay, so maybe there's a particular place that you're living that's restricting you. Maybe there's a particular place that you are, a particular thing that you want in the way that you're going about getting it that's restricting you. Maybe you keep trying to work jobs. Like, there's something else that you want, but or you can go about it getting it a different way, but you keep trying to work jobs to, or not choosing a job. Maybe you have a couple of choices or whatever, and you don't really know what to choose. And maybe you're choosing it according to what you feel like you can materially afford, or maybe you're choosing it according to what you feel is realistic. It's so much so that you're limiting yourself versus going after what it is that you have an actual talent in, doing something, stepping outside of the box of how you would do it, just progressing, and trusting yourself in that area. And also, maybe there's multiple ways that you can have jobs, like multiple jobs you can do, or multiple streams of income that you can do. Yeah. I feel like there's an element of learning. Whatever you're trying to acquire, you have to learn about it. Because you have an approach that may be expired, in the approach is expired, or you need to upgrade or develop yourself in a way, like increase your value, basically. But you're getting rid of things that decrease your value or make you feel valueless. You're increasing your value, and with an increase in value, you have to get rid of things that you're doing to decrease your value. And to increase your value, you have to first feel valuable in order to do that. So you're looking at where you're settling, and you're making changes in this area. Why? Because you want to be able to be free when it comes to work, and you want to be able to have more time in your day. So this might be even looking like, if it's something that you're trying to accomplish, you getting up earlier, managing your time throughout the day better, or doing work to where you kind of want to be making money and bringing in income to where you don't really got to be working like that. But I kind of feel like with every Capricorn, that there's an element of work ethic that you have to have. So, but you still want to be doing something that you love to do, or that you want to actually do, and then having income coming in, and you're not working as hard. Yeah. You're still working hard, but the fact that you're doing something that you like to do or that you want to do, the work seems effortless or whatever. So, that's a good thing. I feel like you have choices, and you're going to be, the better that you increase your value, the more that people are going to seek you out in your business and your time and whatever it is that you're doing. So what do you do in the process? What do you do? I feel like what you need to do is work on your image, work on your work on your representation, work on all of those things that people know. They have to see, they have to know, they have to respect about you. So make yourself respectable in that area, in that field, in what it is that you're trying to do. Be seen versus not being seen. Be known versus not being known. But deliver, because you want those people to keep coming back. You want those people to call you back after looking at your resume, after looking at your job, after contacting you for a job or employment, after coming across your business or something that you have. Yeah, you want to do what works for you. Handling your health and responsibilities, like, staying on top of that. Some of y'all can get into something dealing with communications or selling. So where you have to network with people, you have to, interact with people. That with your rent is sitting there in your sixth house of work. You're not just doing one thing. You're working towards a couple of different things at one time. So let's not restrict ourselves in this area. But yeah, so you might see unexpected changes coming to your second house of material gains, assets. Hold on for just 1 second too. Let me look at something. Financial security. Changes in financial security, in your sense of stability, your self-worth, and value. What are you letting go of? How you typically see yourself and what you feel like you're not capable of, and being insecure, and looking at ways to develop yourself in what it is that you're doing financially. You want me to tell you how to do that? The biggest way to do that now is through community. Community efforts, group think. I mean, that's community. Group think. Not that you group think to be part of some big group, or some of you guys might come part of some group that makes money or something, but not because you restrict yourself to that, or that's your only focus. But the group think, I mean, it's like community, and the group think in a sense of you think creating something like an organization. I said this at the beginning. If you did not look at the intro, people are going to start, and I see Nicki Minaj doing this, so I know that it's true too. People are going to start taking their money, instead of doing crazy whacked out stuff, like a Diddy or a Shannon Sharp with their money, to where they are losing generations of money. These people are losing generations of wealth and making other people wealthy. How does that make sense? But you're going to start, what you're going to do for some of y'all what I was saying is that instead of people are putting themselves in position to start groups or start organizations and fundings and different things like that, to where they take they take certain resources and they gather resources from other people too, whether they do fundraiser, different events, whatever, just letting people know about what it is that they're doing. And what they do is they set themselves up to provide resources for other people. That's groupthink, is how I'm trying to describe it. So it doesn't matter. Do this in whatever job that you're doing, or whatever area of interest that you're at, wherever you're going to work at. How could you, whatever you're providing, because you could be teaching something, and what you're teaching people or what you're talking to people about, it functions as something that helps everybody, like a group of people, not just one person at a time. In teaching as well. Teaching people how to do that in the area that they're at, or the area that they're in, or the area that you're in, whoever this is. Networking, presenting yourself as somebody that is there to help somebody solve their problem. Listen, y'all want to know, I'm telling you. Y'all wanted to know, and I'm telling you. Okay, so Capricorn, thank you for joining me for the full moon in Aquarius. Don't worry, because these set of events is gonna get triggered. It's gonna be one thing that you start, and it's going to trigger another set of events that I don't even think that you see coming. You don't, because it's in Aquarius. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I'll be back. Hello, Aquarius. So thank you for joining me here with the full moon in Aquarius. Wow. Okay. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to tell you what it is that you're letting go of, and also how there's unexpected developments and changes coming in for you in your life. And for you, with the full moon in Aquarius, this is about you. Okay. And the funniest thing is this. I kind of feel like this is saying, okay, Aquarius, you're in a position. If you want to make necessary changes or steps to go to another, that you need to, that's what's going to happen. Because then it's going to be about yourself, and it's going to be about what it is, things that you're doing, and the way that you're thinking, how you're perceiving things, that's limiting yourself. But I feel for a large amount of Aquariuses that I know, this is stuff that y'all already know. And not only do you already know it, yeah, I get you figuring out stuff here and there, but not only do you already know it, I feel like some of y'all could be ignoring it. I feel like, or certain aspects of, you know, where you're at, how you got there, where do you want to go moving forward. Some of you guys may not be acting on it, and some of you guys could. You might not really know exactly how you're going to do what you're going to do to get there. But I see this as, for you, it's just about being, where some of you guys have not really let yourself just be. And when I say that, I mean really let yourself just be and admit the truth about things, tell the truth about things. I mean, it starts with us doing that with our life, but with ourselves. But, and when I say just be, I mean there's something authentic to you, to yourself, that you should be representing and you should be stepping into, that maybe you don't, because of, there's different reasons why. You know, maybe you're more of the type that displays the background. That's typically what Aquarius does. Or you let other people decide certain things, even when they can't really decide, or it's not the best, they're not making the best decisions. Okay. You have to be okay with going in, taking the lead, saying what it is, telling these people the daggone truth. Not saving them individually. Because remember, when you teach a person how to fish, you feed them for a lifetime. So what you're doing is you're cultivating, and you're so busy, you're not really trying to deal with these people's drama and their mess, but you're cultivating environments to where it operates off of learning and application. They learn and they apply. They learn and they apply. So you're making things functional for yourself. By doing that, you're making things functional for other people. So you're changing something about the way that you do things. You come to this recognition that it's absolutely necessary. And for the use, because there's something, this is the thing. Some of you guys, you're leaving somewhere. You're not going to be there forever. I don't see Aquarius as just stay places forever. But you're preparing yourself to transition. You're trying to figure out how that was going to go. And you're going to really figure that out. And then before you do so, you're trying to like prepare, teach, educate, help people get to the place that they need to by teaching like, hey, this is what you do. This is what you need to do. This is what's going to happen. Because you don't, and this is fine, because as you develop yourself and as you become aware of what changes you need to make in your life and how you feel about it, you feel that, and you know that where you're at, possibly, you don't really want to be. And listen, don't you limit this to just, because this could be aspects of yourself, but this could be just all together. So what does that mean? Because this could be in any part of your life. So what does that mean? Because a lot of you guys are playing it small. Because you don't really want to commit to certain things. But you have to realize that it's really only getting in your way. Massive changes for you. And also because you have you have Uranus in your 5th house. So you're really establishing and making changes on who you are, what that looks like, what makes you uniquely you, how you can use your skills, talents, and gifts to support you, to sustain you, to make you known, have recognition, but just exist and just live and live in passion, you know, and be the leader. How? Be the leader in your own life. Really be the real leader. I don't think Aquarius really seek to lead other people like that, you know, in a typical way, you know. So you do it through your lifestyle, the way that you live. So there could be life events or unexpected circumstances that's going to come about. Maybe this is a triggering of your mind or emotions that's going to help you see this, or something that's going to come about unexpectedly that helps you realize this and then gives you some sort of way to say, okay, you know what, I'm making a decision and I'm making these changes. Okay. And I'm being me and I'm doing me. But thank you, Aquarius, for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, because you know, I'll be back. Hello, Pisces. Pisces, how are you today? This is videos about the full moon in Aquarius that's happening on August the 9th. And it's about where you might have to let something go and the changes that's going to happen for you. And, you know, where unexpected events might have to play out out of nowhere. So that's happening in your 12th house. So some of you guys, you have to really be vigilant that you are guarding and that you are seeing after your own sensibilities yourself and your emotional stability, because you know something about your health, or if this ain't yours, is somebody that you're around or around you that is at stake or that you're dealing with. So you got to make sure that your emotional health is good. You got to make sure that you're keeping your mind clear, because there's a full moon here. But I'm going to tell you, whatever comes up, because if you have been conflicted about who you are, what that looks like, you're going to be making changes in this area. Okay? You're going to have the confidence to do so, because if you not already, you will be. But because in your 6th house, you have Leo there is retrograde, something that you're working at, something that you're doing, your lifestyle, your regular old lifestyle too. Being confident enough to make changes in that area and for yourself, and just walking in that and standing in that and being that. That's very significant. But what happens is I don't know if you're going to get triggered, the unexpected event that happened. Maybe you find something, maybe find out some information, come across some information, hear about something, become privy to something, like through information, through some sort of awareness, or either being triggered emotionally, that's going to have you, really just let it all go and just say, F it, I'm going to do me. Yeah, because your sense of security is being shaken up. Your sense of security is being shaken up. And and this is the thing. You don't have to be thrown all over the place and making drastic decisions. Like some of you guys, it's like, okay, well, let me just get up and throw it all away. Let me just get up and leave and just, mess up the house or not. You don't have to just throw it all away. The energy will make you feel that that's what you need to do. The changes that you really are making that's dealing with the inside of you and your feelings, that's just, it's coming up for your awareness, for you to see like how you should develop. How you want to develop, what that looks like. Not necessarily to be sabotatory, but you could be acting like back and forth and conflicted in your feelings, in insecurity, what that means for you. But that full moon in Aquarius is going to come up, and it's going to bring some things to your awareness for you to continue to further heal from. And it's going to show you where you need to release certain feelings. It could be feelings of inadequacy, or it could just be feelings when it comes to recognizing who you are. And I really don't believe Pisces is playing small right now. But I feel like you got to take care of yourself. People be wanting and looking for advice and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just see so many of you guys gave up on something that you that represented you, the real you, who you are, and you showed up like what other people wanted you to be, and it didn't get you anywhere in the end. You couldn't even live your real life because of it. Y'all heard the alarm? But this is significant though, the type of changes that you're going to experience is going to be fascinating. I don't know where some of y'all might end up. You're going to have a new established sense of security, maybe a new home or new family dynamic. Okay. All right. So thank you, Pisces, for joining me. Just take this full moon, feel the feelings, let it come up, make your changes that you want to or you need to, and live life, baby. Okay, so thank you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I'll be back.